Yeah, we're living in it is to say that we're living in weird times, like it doesn't even tell the whole story. Doesn't even tell the whole story. So let's move on. Let's move on. All right, what do we have next? All right, so we are choosing between mom and dad. That's what we're doing right now. We are choosing between mom and dad. This is what this election is about. And I'm starting to realize that maybe a lot of the previous elections were choosing between mom and dad, but this is just the one that stands out the most because Kamala is a woman. Now, what exactly do I mean by choosing between mom and dad? All right, so if you grew up, just think about how things were, your outlook, your perspective on mom compared to dad, um, especially if you grew up in with both parents in the household. Think about it. I think it's a little bit different when you grow up with not both parents in the household because there's other dynamics that factor into it. Because if a parent is not living with you, then they may be a little bit more lenient, nicer to you because they may not see you as much. So they don't want to necessarily be the disciplinarian because they only see you on maybe every other weekend or so. We all understand how that works. So that's why I said, especially with two parents in the household. But regardless of that, we all understand that in most cases, parents fill different roles. This parent may be more of the disciplinarian. This may be more of the one that's, going to be taking me to my sports and other activities. This parent may be more of the one that cooks, or maybe it's 50-50 for some of y'all. I don't know. I'm just talking about my upbringing. I can remember us going different places. Every weekend, matter of fact, I feel like we used to go somewhere. A lot of times we go to the mall, either buying something, returning something, or just walking around. It was a thing. Like people went to the mall. I think more so then than now. And I can remember my parents saying, like, all right, one of y'all, when they split up, certain things we just be together. But sometimes my mom may want to run to a store, my dad may want to run to a store, whatever it may be. And they say, all right, one of y'all come with us, or one of y'all come with me, one of y'all go with mom, one of y'all come with me, one of y'all go with dad. Y'all get it. My brother, in a lot of situations, he decided to go with mom. Now, why do y'all think he decided to go with mom? Mom's going to let you get away with a little bit more than dad. Mom's going to be a little bit more lenient. Mom's going to you're going to be able to push her a little bit more to maybe buy you something or you feel that you can. Even though for me, I think it was the opposite. I think I can remember my dad, my mom bought me a pair of J's. We had to return them. It was the wrong size. And then I went back with my dad to return them. And I ended up walking out the store with two pairs instead of one. Neither here nor there. But the perception of it. Think about a mom. Mom is going to let you get away with stuff. Think about these moms that get on the news when their sons are accused of killing 3 people and whatever else with a couple others. It's always the mom that gets on TV and says, not my baby. He was such a good kid. Moms will always see their kids as their babies. We see it. And if this is different than your upbringing, okay. I'm just talking about, maybe I'll just say it's just my situation. Maybe this is not the case for everybody else. Mom lets you get away with a little bit more. Mom will give you more than what you earned. Mom will give you more than what you earned. Mom is less likely to hold you accountable to the same standard that dad holds you accountable to. Mom is going to be more about speaking to you in a way that is more joyful, that makes you feel more warm inside, right? That's just what a mother does. A dad, a little bit different. Dad's going to be straightforward. Dad's going to be direct. Dad may speak in a way that when you compare it to mom may sound a little bit more harsh. Dad is going to be the disciplinarian. Dad is going to be the one who, I'll take a spanking from mom, but I hope dad doesn't come in here. And I know we live in a world now where you can't give a kid a spanking. It is what it is. I got spankings. I'm thankful for it. But dad is going to be the one that holds you accountable. Dad is going to be the one that is more pressed about teaching you certain lessons that you need to develop as a child, because when you get older, he understands what it is to be a man in this world. Dad is going to be the one that has the conversations with you about how to behave or how to conduct yourself when you're pulled over by a cop. So there's just differences between the things that mom is known for and the things that dad is known for. And that's what I see in this election. Kamala and the Democrats, they're about joy. They're about not holding you accountable. They're about allowing you to embrace the victimhood. And what do I mean by not holding you accountable? Saying that you're not, it's not your fault that you're not doing well in life. It's not your fault. It's because of racism. It's because of prejudice. It's because of Jim Crow. It's because of slavery. Republicans are going to more so be on the energy where it's like, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, right? You're not going to get anything that you haven't earned when it comes to the Republicans. The Democrats, here, take this. Social programs, take that. Take this, take that. And I'm just talking about my perspective on the Republicans. I understand that everybody's going to have their own perspective, but I'm telling y'all, as growing up, that's what I thought. I thought the Republicans, they don't care about anybody but the wealthy people. Maybe that still is what it is. But then as I dove a little bit more into it, I realized like, okay, these are going to be the ones that are a little bit harsher on crime when you get in trouble. These are the people that are going to hold you accountable. These are the people that aren't going to give you anything that you haven't earned. These are the people that are going to speak to you in a language that may not be as comforting as the Democrats. These are the people that aren't worried about making you happy, that aren't worried about being your friend, that care more about, and I'm just talking about from a dad's perspective, they don't care about, well, I had to say this nice to you and I was worried about, how he felt. No, I need to make sure that I'm preparing you to be successful, to be a man in society. So this is just how I look at the difference between the parties right now. And maybe that's just with these two candidates right now. But to me, this was the same case with, even when it comes to Barack, even when it comes to Bill Clinton. It was comforting energy. It was Bill Clinton trying to seduce us, right? Trying to make it seem that to the point where they're calling Bill Clinton the first black president. Why? Because he gave us comfort. He made us feel good. We didn't care about the policies. We didn't care about these things. We didn't care about, dad, when I'm sitting down going over the family budget with dad because he's teaching me certain lessons, where mom is just like, oh, let's just spend some money. And not to say that my mom was spending more like outrageous money or being irresponsible, but I'm just saying this is what it was. This is what it was. So there was just a difference. There was just a difference. All right. So let me, I haven't gotten to I know we had a couple comments that I may have missed. But these were from before. So shout out to Uncle Brother. Uncle Brother wrote before. I'm sorry I didn't catch it earlier. Right. Don't believe your lying eyes. This is what you saw. I know you're referring to, whether or not just the media in general. And I think you're referring particularly to the debate that we were referencing. We saw it. We saw it. So I agree with you. And then Uncle Brother wrote, exactly, it's phony, disingenuous, propagandistic programming. So we agree. But this is how I see it between mom and dad. And I'm interested to know if it's the same way with you all. Are we going to choose comfort, something that makes us feel good, that type of communication, or are we going to choose just honest communication? Look, think about it. I'll give you the last example. This is for anybody that played sports. Which happens more? You come out after a game and maybe you didn't play well. And you sit down and maybe you're on that car ride with dad home. Dad's going to ask you why you didn't do this, why you didn't do, I think you should have worked on this. I think you should improve this. I think, you didn't do this so well. That's going to be the conversation with dad. The conversation with most moms, and I'm not even saying this is in particular with my mom, but the conversation with most moms that we see is, you had a good game, baby. You had a good game. Whole time, like, yo, what are you talking about, Ma? I just gave up 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? So it's just a little bit of a different approach. It is what it is. But that's my take. I may be completely wrong, but that is my take on it. So we will move on from there, but that's how I see this election right now. We are choosing between mom and dad. All right, so now we're going to move over to X. We're going to move over to X, and I'm going to show y'all. So there's a couple videos that I wanted to show y'all on the border. Now, apparently, this former chief agent, Aaron Heike, he was ordered apparently by the Biden-Harris administration to cover up the disaster on at the border. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.